2002 saw the beginning of the Battlefield series.
Yeah,
With Battlefield 1942.
Yeah, which was it's definitely over time. Call of Duty has overtaken. Or overtook.
Like Battlefield is still going strong.
Oh, Battlefield's
today.
still absolutely
13
going
years
strong.
later.
And I mean, now we're the spin-offs into Battlefront this year.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, 1942 delivered multiplayer on a sense of scope and scale that like no shooter before I'd ever played. Like I'd played a lot of arena-based multiplayer games like Unreal Tournament and Quake 3. But like just the sprawling expanse of these maps and the like, do whatever you want. You want to hop in that plane? Go ahead.
Well,
You know, take a Jeep? That's fine.
Yeah. I thought it was always really interesting to pop into a server like with a group of my friends and see how they were all operating. Like, you know, they'd make their own little squads and they'd formulate like really clear battle strategies. Whereas me and my buddies would just like get two Jeeps and smash them into each other as hard as we can. Like,
Yeah, it was. It's sort of the epitome of how video games can be very competitive type things, or video games can just be sandboxes to do dumb stuff in.
Yeah.
Which I love. I like being dumb.
Yep.
Yeah.
Were you playing 1942 on PC?
Yes.
It was a PC exclusive?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hadn't made it to console yet.
Well, I mean, I don't think consoles could handle all them players.
Yeah, honestly,
it was
the online
what?
infrastructure in 2016.
16 or 32?
I think it was 32.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is crazy. No, it was actually 1,942 players. One for each year ever.
Oh my God.
Not ever.
Not-
there were years before.
there were
don't know
years
about
before
that.
one?
Yeah, it's true.
Debatable.
We start taking out players for the negative years.
There has been a Battlefield something released every year since 2002, even if it's just an expansion.
Yeah. that is
A
insane.
year has not gone by where there hasn't been a Battlefield something released.
Yeah.
I mean, that was kind of one of the first times that we noticed that happening too, though.
Yeah.
Like Call of Duty was a couple of years between each releases in the initial stages. But yeah, I mean, it seemed like it was Battlefield and then it was, what, Vietnam was the second one?
Yeah, we had Vietnam. Yeah, Vietnam. We had 43. We had Heroes.
Eventually 2142, which they should totally redo.
That had so many more players, though. They had 200 more players.
It did, yeah. It's 200 more
I was
players.
at 21. I did a math joke.
Yeah. It's good.
I've done a lot of these videos today.
Just take a nap, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
So Battlefield's an EA
Yeah.
property. EA already had Medal of Honor. And they were
Yeah.
like, we need another World War II shooter.
Yeah, that was the interesting thing. Is that was Medal of Honor had sort of it made a huge splash immediately.
Yeah.
And was sort of the first really huge cinematic World War II shooter. But then it wasn't able to find its footing, and it was never really a contender for multiplayer games. And it sort of Call of Duty took the crown from it very quickly in terms of single player. So I think Battlefield was there to provide these massive. Sort of giant open map warfare multiplayer experiences that really no one else was delivering at the time. And it was a thing. I remember my friends who were primarily PC gamers compared to the ones who were console gamers. Like that was one of the things. Like that and World of Warcraft a couple of years later were the two of the things where it was like, yeah, you might have an Xbox and a PS2 and a GameCube, but you can't do this on your consoles.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is always really cool to me.
So this year we had Battlefield Hardline.
Yeah, earlier this year.
Before that, it was Battlefield 4, obviously.
Yeah.
And I remember Battlefield 3. Why can't I remember Battlefield 2?
What if they just skipped it? There was a Battlefield.
No, there was
There was
Battlefield 2,
So
yeah.
at some point they rebooted it and they just started off
I
with
believe it was
Battlefield.
basically just, 2 was just like World War II, but again, and prettier and better and more people.
Okay.
And then there were the bad companies in between 2
so
and
that
3.
it was just farther.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 is
A lot of
like way far back.
Yeah, a lot of confusing numbering and naming.
Yeah.
Video games can be weird sometimes.